everyone, and welcome to Keeping Up with the NWSL. This is a recap of Wednesday evening's semi-finals. I'm in a different location as to normal. I'm outside in the bar, as it's currently 9:10 in the night here as I'm filming this, so I needed somewhere quiet because all the fam are home, so they're all doing their own thing. So I was like, I'll come and chill out here. I'm also filming on my laptop, so if it looks a little bit grainy, I do apologise. But yeah, some good semi-final games to talk through. We had Houston Dash versus Portland Thorns, and we had Chicago Red Stars versus Sky Blue. The first match was between Houston and Portland. First semi-final of the Challenge Cup tournament. I don't think a lot of people expected these two teams to be here, but they've had an alright tournament. So yeah, first semi-final. The first real chance of this game doesn't come until the 34th minute. It was definitely a game of possession between both sides up until that moment. But the first chance is for Houston, and it's Mewis who sends in the corner. Bit of a tussle in the area as no one quite knows where it lands, and it falls to Rachel Daly, who's a really good player. You'd want it to fall to her. She goes for the volley, and it hits Christine Sinclair. There's appeals for handball, but the referee just waves it away, and Portland are able to clear it. I'm not sure if it does actually strike the hand of Sinclair, but I think she's too close to it anyway. So I think it would have been unfair to give it, but I'm not actually sure if it does hit her arm or a hand or that. So but yeah, Portland clear and get away with that one. Portland then have their chance on the 40th minute, and it's Menges who sends a ball in from the back, a ball over the top of the Houston defence for Christine Sinclair, and she's the perfect striker who you'd want to be in this position. She runs onto the ball, gets there first, but she puts too much power on her shot, and I think she's sort of like slipping as she takes it as well. But yeah, too much power, and it goes over the bar, and yeah, it doesn't trouble Campbell at all. And that was a really good opportunity for Portland to go 1-0 up at that stage, especially just before half time. So it is 0-0 at half time. And it's Portland who start as the second half as they finish the last on top. They have the first chance of the second half on the 54th minute, where Ogle, I think it is, who sends in the cross for Simone Charlie to run onto from the right hand side, and Charlie gets there on the end of it, but Jane Campbell's quick off the line and makes herself big and pulls off the save. I think I'm not sure what defender it is for Houston, but she's really tight to Simone Charlie, so I think that probably puts it off a little bit. And Campbell's so quick that it's like, there was no real. I don't think Charlie really gets that good of a connection on it. So yeah, Campbell pulls off the save, quick off the line. It was a good goalkeeping from her, I thought. Houston then have their first opportunity of the second half on the 61st minute, and it's Prince who has a great chance for them. Christy Mewis, she was really good in this game. I thought her passing was really on point in this match. She plays a great ball over the Portland defence, splits them, and Prince is through on goal, but his shot is saved by Eckerstrom, and you're thinking, Eckerstrom's going to have one of those games, yeah, but she's just going to save everything, everything's just going to hit her. But unfortunately, the first goal of the match does come, and it is for Houston. And it's on the 68th minute, and it's captain Rachel Daly who gets the goal. Mewis again sends in a great corner to the back post. It's headed back towards goal and off the crossbar by Schmidt, I think it is. It then falls to Daly, who heads it back towards goal, sort of like a diving header type of thing. And it was so unfortunate for Eckerstrom, because it actually does hit her. It hits her on the back, like as she's getting up from going to try and save the first header. Hits her on the back and goes into the net, and there's just nothing she could do about it, unfortunately. And it was really unfortunate for Portland, but credit to Houston. They had some opportunities in this game, and they took this one. And obviously, really happy for Rachel Daly as well. Obviously, being from England, being an England women's fan, seeing her obviously take the armband for Houston this year alongside Jane Campbell, and just, yeah, she's been really good this tournament. So yeah, she thoroughly deserved that goal, and Houston walk away with the points and into the first team into the semi-final of this year's Challenge Cup. It's definitely not something I thought I'd be saying, Houston in the final, but this whole Challenge Cup has been a bit of a whirlwind. You weren't expecting half of the stuff that's happened. So yeah, fair play to Houston. They've done well in this tournament and through to the final. The second semi-final came between Chicago Red Stars and Sky Blue. Again, I don't think a lot of people were expecting these two teams to be in the semi-final. Obviously, Chicago didn't have the best tournament, with finishing in 7th. Sky Blue finished in 6th, I think. So yeah, these two faced each other in the second semi-final. It was Chicago who started the game off well, and like with the first real chance of the game came their first goal right on the 7th minute. And it was St. George, I think, with her first goal of this tournament. The ball comes to her on the right hand side of the box. She switches it to her left, dummies the Sky Blue defence, and then just toe pokes it into the bottom corner. I actually think, like, from watching the replays, I think Sheridan in goal for Sky Blue actually thinks it's going wide, because she sort of watches it, turns back, and then sort of realises and watches it go into the bottom corner. And I think it's Midge Pearce who's coming in at the back post, and she's just a little bit too slow. I think she, if she was at like 3 seconds quicker, she might have been able to slide in and block that shot, but she couldn't get on the end of it. And yes, Chicago take the lead. They then had their second goal of the game 3 minutes later on the 10th minute. Watt is on the right hand side driving into the box, splits two Sky Blue defenders, goes right through the middle of them, goes for the shot but it's blocked, falls to St. George, who then looks up, sees where their teammates are, sends in the cross. That's headed away, but it's not a good clearance from the Sky Blue defence, and it falls right to Hill, who gets the goal. Sheridan does get a hand to it, but it's not a strong enough one, and Chicago are 2-0 up in 10 minutes. I did feel for Sheridan at that point, because she does reach it, and she knows, she's got her head in the hands as soon as it goes in the net, because she gets a little bit more on that. She saves it, and it's only 1-0. It could have been a different game. But yeah, Chicago 2-0 up 10 minutes. They made a really good start. Sky Blue still had time though. Like I said, it's only 10 minutes in, so there's still 80 minutes plus stoppage time of a match to go. So time was on their side. It's obviously not ideal to be 2-0 down in the first 10 minutes, and it would have deflated them a little bit, but yeah, still plenty of the match to be played, and they do have an opportunity in the 20th minute with Paige Monaghan having a shot from distance which hits the crossbar. I think she's been really good this tournament for Sky Blue. She's obviously got drafted in January, came to Sky Blue, but she's been really good for them. It's unfortunate that like all these rookie players coming off the college draft haven't really had that much of an opportunity to sort of cement themselves in a team and really show what they're about. Obviously, you've seen glimpses. Obviously, like Monaghan's got her first goal for Sky Blue, a really good one. King for Utah, she's had a good match. So yeah, they've obviously had glimpses, but they just haven't had quite enough, and it's just unfortunate they can't have a full season. But you never know, there might be more NWSL games this year. I think they're working on that. But yeah, Monaghan has a shot on goal, hits the crossbar, and Chicago are able to clear. They then have another opportunity on the 38th minute. Zaboni fires in a free kick from the left-hand side, which is cleared by Chicago, but it falls right to Midge Pearce, who's on the edge of the area waiting just for any little bit of scraps on the edge of the box to have a shot. It falls to her, she goes for the volley, and gets some serious power on it. I think the commentator described it as a missile. She gets some really good power on it, but just too much power, and it goes up and over the bar. Sorry, I thought someone was coming in. Despite being 2-0 down, Sky Blue did play really well, especially in the final 25 minutes of the first half. They had another opportunity just before half time on the 42nd minute. It's Flores who's she's not quite free at the back post, but she's coming in at the back post, and I'm not sure who puts the cross in, but it's a great cross. It goes right across the 6-yard box, but it doesn't quite reach Flores at the back post, and Chicago can clear. And yeah, half-time whistle goes, Chicago 2-0 up, but you know, still time left for Sky Blue to get something. But Chicago come out second half and they have the first opportunity of the half on the 59th minute, and it's McCaskill leading the charge at the Sky Blue defence. She finds St George on the right. I think it might be 3-on-2 or 3-on-3, sort of like a breakaway. She finds a teammate, St George, on the right, and McCaskill continues her run into the box, which pays off as St George then pulls it back to her, and McCaskill gets her goal, and it's 3-0 to Chicago, and you think, oh, tie done. You know, obviously there's still half an hour to go, but 3-0 is hard to come back from, and yeah, Sky Blue haven't really been in the goals this tournament, so yeah, you're thinking, I did feel sorry for Sky Blue because they did have chances. They had some really good chances and they've performed exceptional in this tournament. Like you know, no one expected them to be in the semi-finals. And they did have the chances, but they just weren't clinical enough in front of goal and couldn't take them. They have a chance in the 16th minute with Onumanu heading it. Again, she had a header in their last game that she put into the ground and up and over the bar, which was a really good opportunity. Again, she's got another great heading opportunity in this one, a great cross in from the left-hand side. She gets the diving header, and it's inches wide of the post. It's just, if you could sum up how Sky Blue were playing in those first 70 minutes, that chance is just sums it up really, just literally inches away from going into the net. But you know, obviously these chances have got to give them confidence. And then a lifeline for Sky Blue on the 71st minute with a corner. It's headed on by Zerboni, I think it is. And then it's Viennes, I think, who's in the right place at the right time, gets the flick on, goes up and over Alyssa Nair in goal. And yeah, Sky Blue get one back, so it's 3-1 at this point. You're thinking, oh, maybe, you know, 20 minutes to go plus added time. They've got some time, and the momentum's behind Sky Blue then. And it's Midge Pearce, who's, you know, was a really good signing for them. She drives down the right hand side. She recognises that there's space in front of her. Drives into it, puts in a great cross right across the 6-yard box again. We're right along the floor, a lot of pace, makes it tricky for defenders, and it was tricky and for Juliet, who's just, you know, unfortunate for her, she's in the wrong place, and it just hits her, goes into the net, and then all of a sudden it's 3-2, and you know, there's still 15 minutes of this game to go, and you think, oh my god, Sky Blue might actually be able to pull it back here. This might have to go to pens, or there might be a last minute bit of drama with a goal, you don't know. But Chicago managed to hold on, and the scoreline finishes 3-2 to Chicago, and they are through to the finals against Houston Dash. So yeah, Houston Dash for Chicago Red Stars on Sunday, 5:30pm UK time kickoff. You can watch on Twitch, on CBS, All Access, I think it is. I'm excited I'll be able to watch that, obviously being 5:30 on a Sunday, so I'll be off. I'll sit down for that, and yeah, see who wins. But yeah, I think, you know, Houston versus Chicago. Obviously Chicago had a really good season last year. Obviously got to the finals, got beat by the Courage in the final, and you know, they didn't start this tournament off the best. Obviously near the bottom all the way through the group stages, but then yeah, quarterfinals, you know, get through to the semis, yeah. And I think it took them like 2 or 3 games to really get into the flow, and you know, for you know, they have a really good squad. It's hard to say that. It is 9:25 now. But yeah, they have a really good squad, Chicago, and they were missing Casey Short last night as well, which was going to be a huge miss for them. But they were able to, you know, to push through and got the win against Houston. So yeah, it'll be a really interesting matchup. I think Houston are going to have the fire in the belly for this one, because it's been a long time since they've been in any sort of position like this, and their squad's really good as well. Obviously Rachel Daly's really stepped up, Christy Mewis in midfield, Jane Campbell in goal. They've got a really good squad, Houston. So yeah, it'll be an interesting game. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Who's going to come out on top in that match? I really hope you've enjoyed these series. Obviously only got one left after this, and I've enjoyed making them. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time with a new Keeping Up with the NWSL.